second Black Ops 2 Zombies idea video where I will be giving you my ideas of various features and wonder weapons, special types of zombies that I think would be good in Black Ops 2. In the second episode I'll be covering the wonder weapons. These have always been a very important part of zombies, giving you something to hope for when going for the box and just giving you some quite awesome ways of taking out zombies. The first wonder weapon I've come up with is the Charger. It has a magazine size of 3000 and as reserve ammo of 60,000, which I'll explain now. Basically how it works is you charge it and then it releases a beam of pure energy, which damage is proportional to the amount of time you were charging it. You cannot aim down the sights of this gun, similar to the Thunder Gun, and instead you press L1 to begin the charge of the gun, where your character starts charging up the weapon, building up the power. And depending on how long you've charged the weapon for, this affects how much damage is done per second of the blast, but also how much ammunition is consumed per second. When firing, just when it's charged enough to be shot, it'll consume about 60 units of ammunition a second, and when you fully charge it, it'll do about 120. It'll go through about 120 rounds of ammunition a second, but do twice as much damage as a standard shot. And beginning a charge costs 100, and it would take about 2 seconds to charge it up to firing level, and then maybe another 4 seconds to charge it up fully. However, there is a risk involved, which is that if you charge it longer than the maximum time you can charge it, the gun explodes. It'll do significant damage to you and means that you've lost the gun. You'll not be able to fire this gun for the rest of the game. You'll still be holding like a blackened wreck of the gun, but as soon as you buy a new gun, it'll be replaced. So basically, there's an element of risk in this wonder weapon, similar to the Wunderwaffe World of War, where if you hit yourself with it, you lost Juggernaut. So this is part of the risk element of the wonder weapons. Okay, so the gun shoots out a constant beam of energy. On early rounds, this is pretty much a constant insta-kill. As soon as a zombie is hit with this blast, they're gonna die instantly. However, this means that actually this gun isn't that useful on the early rounds, because with the 100 unit consumption to charge it up, plus all the ammunition you'll be burning through when you're firing this gun, on early rounds it's not going to be cost effective. Other weapons are going to do the job much better, and you're just going to be using up a lot of ammunition to do a get in row blast to the zombies. So that's basically how it is. However, when you pack a punch it, goes from the Charger to the Obliterator. The mag size doubles to 6,000 and the reserve ammo doubles to 120,000. It also adds a new feature to the gun, which is that if you charge it just a split second before you break it, it activates a certain new feature, which is instead of firing its ammunition as a constant stream, it charges it up into a huge ball of energy. This will instantly kill all the zombies that are caught up in the blast, as well as killing all the players. Pretty much anything that gets caught up in this blast, special type of zombies, regular zombies, whatever, they are just going to be toast. So it also goes through the walls and won't stop going until it's out of the map. So this is an interesting weapon because it carries a degree of risk, but it's not because when you get to late rounds, sort of round 50 and above, there's definitely an element of risk involved in it, because when you get to these super high rounds, the regular beam won't be effective anymore. It'll do a lot more damage than non-pack wonder weapon would do, even a pack-a-punch weapon would do, but it won't be killing them. To kill them, you have to charge it. So this is quite an interesting tactic, because you pretty much have to risk breaking the weapon every single time you want to kill any zombies with it. Also, you have to be very careful where you're firing, because on a multiplayer server, especially with the new 8-player game mode, you could easily fire the weapon, kill a few zombies, but then it'll go through a wall and instantly take out one of the players on the other side, and it won't down them. it will kill them. They won't get a chance to be revived. So this is definitely a very interesting wonder weapon. Okay, so that's the first one. The second wonder weapon I came up with is called the Petetium. So its appearance is somewhere between the crossbow from Black Ops and, for those who are familiar with it, the portable nuke launcher from the Fallout series. Basically a sort of portable railgun that you mount on your shoulder. It only has a magazine of 1 and it has reserve shots of 15. And it fires bolts of concentrated element 115. So if you use it regularly, just firing it at a random point on the ground, it'll behave like the awful Lawson pack-a-punch explosive tip crossbow in Black Ops. Zombies are attracted to it for a while, and then it, stops. They return their attention to you. However, it'll last a lot longer than an awful Lawson shot, which only lasted for about 5 or 6 seconds. Now, there's also 2 other features where if you fire it at a zombie, the zombies will turn on that zombie and attack it, similar to the humans that the VR11 created in Call of the Dead. However, the zombie that's affected will just stand still and trying to hopelessly attack the other zombies that are going for it. Now, the interesting thing is the zombies won't stop until they have killed this zombie. And actually, when you look at the amount of damage that zombies do, is actually pretty weak for those who modded their game in World of War to give themselves the zombie weapons. It's a very weak weapon against other zombies. It takes large numbers of hits to kill one. So on longer rounds, hitting a zombie will buy yourself a lot of time. However, obviously when a huge group of zombies crowds around that zombie, they're going to be doing dozens of hits a second, so they'll take it down fairly quickly. But still, a good opportunity to weaken a few zombies and basically buy yourself some time. Also, for those who just want to have fun with other players, you can actually hit the other players with the weapon, and basically for that round, all the remaining zombies in that round will only go for that player. None of the other players, no matter how close they are to the zombies, they'll still hit them if they get in the zombies' way, but they'll be focusing on one player. So it's quite a funny thing you can play a few pranks on your friends with them, or say if one player gets downed, one player volunteers for themselves to be shot with the Petetium, meaning that the players who are down can walk around the map in relative safety, similar to the VR11 in many aspects, where you can use it to buy yourself some time. Okay, now when you pack a bunch it becomes the unarmed Petetium. The magazine size is increased to 3 and the reserve ammo is more than doubled to 33. Okay, so in this one, the zombies, or the regular shot, it doesn't do anything because that isn't what this gun was designed for. Okay, it will do the same effect as the regular gun, only its effect will last a bit longer. However, any players or zombies that are hit with the shot will become charged with the element 115, and they will start crackling with red electricity. And any zombies that attack the player or the zombies will become electrocuted and die, similar to the Wunderwaffe DG2 shot, but it won't chain to other zombies surrounding them. Obviously, this will mean that, to balance this out, the effect will only last for around 15 seconds. It won't last as long as the punched Petetium, but it will give, but on later rounds, the fact that you can get zombies to crowd in. So basically it crosses the monkey bomb with the Wunderwaffe, where all the zombies crowd in and shock themselves with it, sort of paying homage maybe to the tactic in World of War maps of throwing a monkey bomb and then hitting the assembled crowd with the Wunderwaffe to achieve the maximum amount of damage available. The third weapon that I will be have came up with is known simply as the miracle weapon. This is definitely a very powerful wonder weapon, more powerful than most, and will probably only be available as a sort of Easter egg, similar to how the Wunderwaffe was on Call of the Dead, where you get it for completing the Easter egg. It has a magazine size of 6 with reserve ammunition of 3, and basically what it works is that when you fire a shot in it, it could be any one of the Black Ops or World at War wonder weapons. So it could fire Ray Gun, Winter's Howl, Thunder Gun, DG2, 3179, KGB 215, VR11, Scavenger, Wave Gun, or Zapgun shot. and there's absolutely no way of knowing what's going to come out of it. The chances of it happening are roughly at the moment I'd guess around 40% likelihood of a ray gun shot, and then about 10% for the others, with maybe 5% for the thunder gun and the E2, because they're quite powerful shots. So basically, it's quite an interesting wonder weapon, because you literally don't know what you're gonna get out of it. This is so you could, for example, if it's gonna be a thunder gun shot, you're gonna want to be close to the zombies you're gonna hit with it. But if, for example, it's a scavenger shot, you don't want to be, because it's a sniper rifle. So it's quite an interesting effect, where it's introducing a degree of risk to it. You don't know what you're going to get, but it's it's still going to be a wonder weapon shot no matter what, so it's going to be quite powerful. So basically it's referencing to the previous generations of zombies. When you pack a punch it goes from the miracle weapon to the Genesis device. The magazine size is more than double to 13, and the reserve ammunition is increased to 42. The probabilities will be shifted around, so you get a higher chance of getting the more powerful shots rather than something weak like the ray gun, the winter tile, or the zap gun shot. And it'll also introduce a new Easter egg effect, which will be very rare. Most people go through the game without ever seeing it. It'll be the stuff of legend, but it's called the Genesis Blast, which basically means when you shoot it, that round ends. There'll be a massive flash of white light as if a nuke's gone off. All the zombies will fall down, and the round will end. These are being the various wonder weapon shots and weapons that I have been come up with that I think could be a good idea for Black Ops 2. And in the next episode I'll be covering the type of map that I think will appear in the standard version of the game. Thank you and goodbye.